Let's address the elephant in the room.
The lack of an elephant.
The lack of.
Yeah, we have lost Michael once again to the
He's done.
to the sands.
Who's my
of
little
time.
elephant?
The sands of time.
I like the implication that he's just fucking dead.
Here's the thing.
No.
That isn't even an implication that he's dead. We said we lost him to the sands of time. That sounds like he got killed by Jafar.
he's
I mean, he's working for Amazon, dude.
Is he working for Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael of all people working for Amazon. That just doesn't sound like a Michael thing.
He says it's for the workout because you got to move boxes and shit. And honestly, that's smart. Get
He's
paid.
working in the facility. He's not like a delivery driver.
Yeah.
So basically,
Guys, we're gonna have to get a new co-host soon.
So
If
basically,
he dies.
where's Michael? Who's Michael? What? Who?
It's his birthday.
It's your birthday today. Cake and ice cream is on its way. And Michael, you've been such a good boy this year. Open up your gifts while we all cheer.
Welcome to the Route 1 podcast. Or maybe I should say the Route 1... the Route 0.75 podcast or something. I don't know.
3/4.
Route 3/4. So
Like Harry
what's
Potter.
on the agenda today, gamers?
I mean, there's a lot of things. I guess we
Yeah.
could start off with just like general Pokemon Series 12 stuff. How you feel?
Yeah, we didn't really talk about it.
Yeah, because I mean, last time it was like weird because I still hadn't figured out the format, and we had the guest on. We had
Yeah.
Wolfen
The
on.
Schmeta
Mr.
game.
Wobbuffet.
So how are y'all feeling about it so far?
I'm
I
feeling good.
think-
I hated it at first, but now I like it.
I have recently found a new niche Pokemon to obsess over and annoy Joe about.
Ooh? Who?
Is it Solgaleo?
Eternatus.
Oh, it's Eternatus. Okay.
Yes, let's go!
No,
Shrimp!
Solgaleo feels too linear. Like, it's super reliable, but it feels too linear.
We can talk about Solgaleo because Michael isn't here.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So
Wait, but about Eternatus, right? So here's the fun part about Eternatus. So if you pair Eternatus with Groudon, Eternatus automatically has a good rain matchup, right?
Yes.
Because it resists rain. But also, if you use Choice Specs Eternatus like a smart guy like me, all of a sudden you only have to invest modest 168 EVs into special attack, and the rest can go into speed, HP, defense, and special defense. Well, guess what? 168 is the magic number where if you hit 180 speed on your speed stat, the Thunderous that just decided to Dynamax in front of you doesn't get to do anything.
Hold on,
It
writing
just-
that down. 168
dies.
special attack, right?
is that
168.
Is that AV Fundy?
No, it's not AV Thundy. It's just like Lumberry Thundy 4 HP. AV Thundy is a 2-shot or a 3-shot or probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, what
I s-
is a Fundy doing to an Eternatus? Like, you gonna hit me with Airstream and do like 40?
Well, typically what I see is Eternatus like versus Sun teams. They typically lead off Thundy Groudon and they want to Airstream Precipice Blades to secure a KO.
Yeah.
But they end up just Precipice Blading.
And dying.
So that's the thing. But the fun part about that is you can calc to just naturally tank Precipice Blades from Adamant Groudon.
Yep.
And
You
that's
can.
Yeah, and so basically they don't get the speed boost, and then the Groudon's next.
Yep. You can also calc to live neutral Behemoth Blade twice. Smile.
Yes.
I love Eternatus. It was my boy in the series without Dynamax, but I can't. It was a 10.
It was 10, yeah.
Big shrimpin'.
Okay.
Big
You're
shrimpin'.
serious?
Big pimp shrimpin'. And Marcos, we've been talking about Groudon shrimp in my Discord server.
Have you?
I think that was funny. I didn't mean to cut you off there, Murkiri. I'm sorry.
What?
You were saying something about Series 10.
Oh, yeah, no, Series 10 Shrimp was, like, really fun. I'm a big fan.
Yeah. But yeah, I was trying to build. They're like, ooh, Hatterene series, which by the way, that's happening. I want to talk about that in a bit.
Yeah,
but,
Leah asked me to help her build a team for that.
Oh, that's sick. What's it called? I sent like, oh, look, it's happening. They're like, okay, let's build a team. I'm like, what? And my good friend Cecilia, she's quite awesome. She's the best Groudon player ever, even though she doesn't play VGC anymore. But she was saying do Groudon Eternatus, that seems really good. And I was like, it doesn't seem that good. But just playing Eternatus again, it is the most satisfying thing to still kill a Palkia when it's Dynamaxed, I just want to say.
Yeah, and I
Play
like
rough not
Choice
doing
Specs in
enough?
particular. I like Choice Specs in
Nuke.
particular because it's literally just like, hey, I know that you're going to Dynamax to live this hit, but don't. Dynamax something else. And,
Exactly.
Or it's like, hey, I know you're not Dynamaxed, but this is still a Choice Specs Dragon move coming off of 130 base special attack, so let's hope you're at full health.
Yeah, it is. I love Eternatus so much. I was between Power Herb or I think just Dragon Fang. But now that I'm thinking about it, I think that Specs is like when you said that, like something in my brain clicked. I'm like, oh, you're right.
Yeah, Specs is just so consistent. And here's the fun part: if you're running it on Groudon, your Specs, you have to run Shadow Ball as your fourth move because there's just no other move that makes sense there, and it lets you one shot Calyrex Shadow. Right?
I didn't even know it got that.
Yeah, it does. I didn't know either until this morning when I built the team.
Sick.
But here's the thing, right? So Calyrex Ice takes Dynamax Cannon and it takes Shadow Ball. It lives both of those, even though your Choice Specs. But if you put Flamethrower on it, it still doesn't KO
In sun.
unless the sun's up. Unless the sun's up.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
you can literally sneak in so many disgusting KOs.
It's God, I love Pokemon. Eternatus is so cool. He's my homie. What a cool shrimp. Love
I
that
always
guy.
struggled to find a way to run him until this season, and now it's like my best team.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't
I
pilot
peaked,
it for
like-
shit, but
I've been playing all day, and I peaked like 15, 20.
whoo,
pretty awesome.
sheesh.
I've been
Yeah, I was playing it. My rating tanked.
I've been championing Solgaleo a bunch recently. I'm a big fan.
I
Yeah.
think Solgaleo is stinky.
He's kind of awesome. Like I've been running him with Calyrex.
Yes.
I've been running him with Kyurka. I saw that you were running him with Palkia, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
But
I love Pilk.
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 Wait, that's such a good name.
Dude,
Pilk.
Pilk. Pepto-Bismol milk.
not Pepsi milk. Not Pepsi.
No, it's
wait,
pink.
why Pepto-Bismol?
Because Palkia is pink.
Yeah,
Oh.
Pilk.
Pilk.
Me and my
Pilk.
roommate have that as a running joke. Like, we'll just randomly say, like, food with, like, the first letter P. Our favorite one is Payonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
It's made of cash money, baby.
Parmalade.
Ooh.
Pommelade.
Ooh.
Damn.
I hate it so much.
But yeah,
One time I leaned over to her, I'm like, hey, yo, bro, you bring the Pondoms?
It's like they're not like real. It's just something.
Yeah.
Like it's like a concept that you're like an abstract concept you're talking about that you ponder. The ponder.
Yeah. The Pondoms.
To use protection or not, that is the question.
That is the real
Oh my
question.
goodness.
It's like this weird MacGuffin that like makes you ponder about it rather than like actually doing anything.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so basically, what have we talked about so far in this podcast? Eternatus, a little bit of Solgaleo,
Pondoms.
and condoms.
And we're only 10 minutes in.
Awesome. But you know, I've been running a bunch of Solgaleo. This guy's kind of awesome. He might be linear. Like, he runs his Psychic Fangs and Sunsteel Strike and Earthquake and Protect or Trick Room and Weakness Policy.
Yeah.
But I think it's kind of awesome.
I think he's pretty awesome, honestly. I think he could be very good. The problem is once you get burnt, you're screwed. So I think that's going to end up bringing more Tapu Fini around. I think that Tapu Fini's going to rise up. I haven't seen a
Tapu
lot of it.
Fini's. I think Tapu Fini's pretty good. It just feels like if there's a Mimikyu on your team, which Solgaleo wants, it's hard to run. It's hard to run Tapu Fini.
Yeah, that makes sense.
See, none of... Yeah, no, I haven't been running, like, any Mimikyu on my Solgaleo teams. I've been running, like, Brutal Swing Taunt on, like, the Kyogre version, and then Boulder's Calyrex, which I'm a big fan of, actually. Because, like...
I lost to that today. I think it's pretty good.
Because
I agree.
Boulder is... Because you're faster than, like, everything that isn't a Regieleki. Or like
Yeah, and you can bulldoze Incinerate to pop Shook Berry, and then your Max Quake always kills.
yeah, and then you can just Max Quake into like any of the Steel types or Fire types, and Psychic Fangs into anything that doesn't take that doesn't take neutral from Steel. And I think Steel Ground Psychic is a really good combo for just KOing most things.
Sure.
The only thing that
Yeah.
it really doesn't handle well, like specifically that pair of restricted Solgaleo and Calyrex is Yveltal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's a nightmare matchup.
Because like you can still go for your stuff, but Sunsteel isn't KOing a Dynamaxed guy, and then you just like go down to like a foul player. Oh, I think Sunsteel, like the steel max steel spike will KO a non-Dynamaxed one, but a Dynamaxed one will just obliterate you.
Yeah, I would imagine you want to run Thundy on that duo.
Yeah, you run Solgaleo. My team specifically on the video that I released today,
Go watch
as
it.
of the
It's
recording of this podcast, is Solgaleo, Calyrex with Thundy, Gashadon Instant, and Whimsicott. I think.
Oh yeah, should we say what day it is? Like,
It is
so
currently the
if we
20
get into Arceus.
Yeah, okay, so it is the 22nd at the moment. So it was before the release of Legends Arceus. We will be talking about leaks at some point.
Yeah, but by then the game will be out, so we're not. I mean, let's not talk about story stuff, of course.
I mean,
I haven't looked at. I got spoiled about like the final boss, and that was an accident because I was looking at like, oh, I want to look at the new Palkia form. I want to look at this, and then it like showed me a character that is like a twist, and I'm like, yeah.
No talky about that.
I should clarify. I'm gonna put this at the very start. Spoilers for Legends Arceus if you want to go in blind if you haven't played the game yet. There will be,
because this is gonna come out the Monday after it comes out.
There aren't any story spoilers because I am trying to avoid that. I think we're all trying to avoid that.
Yeah, let's just talk about Pokemon.
Yeah, but
Let's just start that now, man. I want to talk about that all day.
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
I'm actually a little bit peeved because people are like complaining like, oh, these Pokemon look cringe, ew, gross.
I think they look pretty good.
I can't
find a design I
love
truly
how
dislike.
they look.
Dude, my like people like I hate. Okay, Dialga looks kind of weird, but you're looking at a T-posed model.
Yeah, that is true.
But Palkia looks. I love Palkia. I just love.
It's meant to like look like they're halfway to Arceus.
Yeah. So that's like what made it cool for me. Like at first, before I found out that it was just like an item thing that they use to get that form, like with the Gracias Orb on Giratina.
Yeah, that's what messes me up because they're probably going to be VGC legal at some point, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah. What I like about it is that like at first I figured that maybe it was like because we're in the past. This is what they used what they used to look like back then.
Yeah.
They were like still like developing into their own sort of thing, and they were like originally made as like in Arceus's image sort of thing, and they were like morphing into their own like forms, and because like the base forms are already in the game, there's doubt about that. So the Lord forms are probably just gonna be just like another thing. Like it isn't like because it's in the past that they're like that. It's just they're holding an item and that's what they look like. But no, I'm a big.
But it still looks so cool.
I heard something about how Lord is actually a mistranslation. And
yeah,
that it's actually literally just Origin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that makes a lot of sense.
I've been seeing a lot of stuff about that in general, and it's hard to trust anything because it's leaks.
Yeah. But it is just data mine leaks, so data mine leaks are about as credible as leaks get.
And it looks like that they're changing the way how the Origin forms / Lord forms work, because Grisia's Orb, Lustrous Orb, and Adamant Orb are all different items, and then there's another item that changes them to their Origin form. So like I forgot what they're called, but there's like
They're called spheres.
like spheres or something. So I think
like Chrysia's sphere.
I think what they're doing is they're gonna give Palkia and Dialga that same like function of hold item, turn into other form, but they're also giving them the option of having the Lustrous Orb and the Adamant Orb without being their special form, which also means that Giratina is getting a buff. Because Giratina is also getting another version of that item.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't really call it a Giratina buff, because Giratina still is because Origin form is the better form.
Yeah.
But it's forced to still have to use the item to do that.
Yeah, so I think what they're making it do is that Giratina can use the Arceus Orb without being Origin. Like, obviously Origin is better, but they're just making it another item that, like, does the same thing as the Lustrous Orb and the Lustrous Orb, the Adamant Orb, but it changes them into the other forms, which is a really cool change, actually, because I would imagine... I'm down with it. I'd imagine the Arceus Orb is something you might want to run on, like, a regular Giratina at some point. I don't know. Most people don't use that guy anyway, so...
Yeah, I mean, if you're running regular Giratina, you're running, like, leftovers.
Yeah, because you want to be a bulky guy, right?
Yeah, you want to be a bulky dude.
Cried about it.
But yeah, no, I'm a big fan. Like, and it also drives forward the thing of Palkia is a horse. It's pushing that narrative. I can't believe I'm leaning into that. Palkia is a horse.
Yeah, Palkia is finally a horse.
But
there's no escape, is there?
I'm gonna. What's with Game Freak and horses as of the recent few games?
Yeah, true.
They really like horses. They're just horse girls.
I'm still gonna go with the narrative of it's a dog. It's a biped. It's not a biped. it's a triped.
Featherless
quadruped.
Biped. This is a man. We can agree that he is a man. He's a featherless biped.
Out of, like, the new Pokemon that got leaked, including Enamorus, which one which of, like, them do you think are going to be the best in competitive?
Ooh,
because I mean, there's obviously, for the viewers, before you get all smart assy on me. No, there is no PvP in the game, but they have abilities and moves to be transferred to home for future generations. I hate that I have to put that disclaimer every time I talk about this.
No, it sucks that you have to, but it makes sense, because at first I was very, like, kind of doomer about it, like, oh god, we're never going to be able to use Basculegion or whatever outside of this game, but the fact that they have abilities programmed in makes me think it's a Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee situation. Like with Melmetal, we thought it was going to be only in Let's Go Pikachu and it would stay in Let's Go, but
my favorite time I was wrong.
Yep. The fact that it's, it had abilities, we're like, oh shit, it actually works that way. So I'm very glad that it turned out that way.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Enamorus is probably going to... It depends. For Enamorus specifically, I think it being good is dependent on its moveset. It has the ability Contrary. If it gets Flora Cannon, or whatever the what do you call it move?
Yeah, there's no way they're giving it that.
It's like no way, but like, what if they did? Is my question.
It'd be busted in Hackmons,
yeah.
But...
Otherwise, I'm not sure if it'll be too great. Its ability not being good is probably very...
Well, the Therian form. The Therian form is a bad ability, but like the regular form, it has Contrary, dude.
Yeah,
and all the genies not that bad.
Yeah, all the genies get superpower.
All right. But...
Oh, wait, you're right, they do!
I mean, also, that said, it has a highest attack than an attack, but that doesn't change anything for Thundurus. That makes sense, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's got the same attack set as Thundy.
Yeah.
It's just slower.
So
it's like the speed of Landorus incarnate, but like the stats of like Thundurus.
Yeah. I mean, and that just leads me to believe, okay, even if it does get superpower, is it going to get play rough? is it gonna get? What like fairy type stab is gonna get? Is it gonna get like acrobatics or anything? I doubt it.
Knowing
none of them do.
knowing Game Freak, they'll do the right thing, just like with the Tapus, and not give it play rough.
Yeah.
Cried about it.
It seems like the type of Pokemon to get play rough.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it does. Moonblast it works as well, unfortunately. So if it needs from what I remember, its special stat isn't the worst either.
It's 135.
Yeah,
Wait.
that's damn good.
Wait, I was like, but what if it gets intimidated? Wait a minute, it's contrary.
That's why I think it's gonna be busted. Like I think
Yeah.
it's basically gonna feel like good, better physical Togekiss.
Yeah,
Oh
pretty
my
much.
god, you're right. It's Togekiss typing. Oh.
Yeah. Imagine if it got Follow Me as well. It just like can play
there's no chance.
There's no way.
That'd be
No
funny.
chance,
That'd be
no
kind of
chance.
funny.
Please.
But it's Fairy form is like the Trick Room one. That's like what it's supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Doesn't
It's
it have
so
like
slow, but I
40
like
something
it.
speed?
46 speed.
Yeah, and it has Overcoat, which means it's like it's like a fairy that's good versus a Mungus. It can operate while a Mungus exists.
Yeah.
If it gets any kind of good flying stab, then it's solid.
I think it's only gonna get Fly. That's my opinion.
Well, it could.
Yeah.
It might get like Air Slash or something, or like a flying type special move.
Well, I mean, all the other genies only have Fly except for Tornadus, because like they don't want to take away from Tornadus.
Tornadus gets like
Yeah.
Hurricane and Air Slash, so that makes sense actually.
Yeah. Like that's his territory, where like all the other genies, like you get Fly because it wouldn't make sense if you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I'm hoping that it does something silly, because it seems like a silly Pokemon, and I like it.
You know who I think is going to be really, 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 really good? Ursaluna.
Oh
That
yeah.
I would agree with. Yeah,
We
Ursaluna
have
looks kind of
Guts,
nasty.
Stab, Earthquake.
Oh my
Now,
god.
Earthquake doesn't exist in this game, but that's probably just a limitation of, hey, it's probably doesn't make sense to have Earthquake in this game.
And
Yeah.
Ursaluna. Oh dude. Oh, these stats are fucking busted. What the hell?
I know, right?
And it's normal, too.
Yeah,
Normal type?
normal ground is such a this is Digger's Bead, but you just have to get burnt.
Oh my god.
And
And
honestly,
oh my god,
doesn't it-
and here's the thing, like,
what are
we
its
already
abilities,
found out
Sheer
how
Force?
broken Guts is in general from just playing BDSP. This
Oh,
thing
yeah.
this thing, like, the Flame Orb, just attaching a Flame Orb to it means you can't get statused by, like, sleep or anything.
Oh, this is like.
Oh
And
yeah, then it
also-
doesn't matter that it's slow, because
Yeah,
it's not afraid of a Mungus.
Yeah, and also,
Ooh.
it's got base 140-something attack.
Yeah. That's 140.
So I believe that's like, it has slacking stats with no downside beyond speed. It
Yeah.
literally has like the strongest facade in the game.
130 HP.
Brr.
The only downside to it is why he built like that.
I love him. Well,
What happened?
The render,
They like
the render.
accordion squished him. It's really funny.
No. The render doesn't do it justice. Most
I
of the
haven't-
render is behind him.
Okay. I figured that he has a butt, but from the
Yeah.
angle that the render is at, it looks like they just kind of like scrunched him up in a ball.
Yeah.
Or
It's Scrungle. This is Scrungle.
Ooh, like my profile picture, smile for this one. It should be a little Scrungle from Fossil Fighters. I have to ask, any Fossil Fighters fans? Any Fossil Fighters fans? I'm looking.
I love
for you.
Pokemon.
I'm a big fan
I
of
love
Pokemon.
Pokemon,
That's my game.
You might have not heard about it. It's pretty niche.
It's pretty niche.
yeah,
It's made by like a small indie company, you know.
I can't believe
Dude.
Game Freak is my favorite small indie company.
There's a small business. I don't know if it's a small business or if it's like a big chain. If you guys smoke, like vape, I guess it's a vape shop. There's a place called Indie Smoke Time, and every time I drive past it, I go, I wonder what the inside's like. I'd imagine unfucking bearable, because it's called Indie Smoke Time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds reasonable to assume. I don't know. I think
Everyone
I think
in there has a
Ursaluna is
beanie
gonna be
on.
good.
Yeah.
I've always been a
also
fan
cute.
of Teddy's design. Teddy Ursa.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to use Ursaring in BDSP, and I was like, this thing's bad. It only has facade.
Yeah.
And Ursaring still has quick feet. Oh my god, Eviolite Ursaring's a thing now.
Ooh, wait, you're right.
And it still gets guts.
Wait,
Hold on.
wait,
Would that be not
wait.
that bad?
Ursaluna is an Ursaring Evo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, Okay, I thought
It's not an alternate form, it's just an evolution.
I thought it was an alternate. Okay, that's sick, actually, then. That explains why the base stats
imagine
are different.
getting an alternate form that has higher stats than your original.
Yeah.
Cleaver moment.
me when I am built different.
Simply built different. Yeah, he gets like HP and a little bit of spadef. But
Scyther, the ultimate Sigma Pokemon, it is a not fully evolved that has the same base stats as its other two forms.
Yeah.
He's just a Chad. Speaking of Eviolite Scyther I think will still be good, but I also think you mentioned in your video, Marcos, that got me thinking, Eviolite Qwilfish.
Eviolite Qwilfish is going to be gross.
Yeah.
Doesn't it get Pain Split?
I believe it does, yeah. It, what was it? I fought one, I didn't fight it, but it was in the team preview of a Series 10 tournament that I did, and I was, like, scared of it, because it gets good moves, good abilities, good typing. The only thing that's missing from it is its stats, and now that you can slap an Eviolite on it, or use its evolution, I think that it's gonna be really great. At least I hope it does, because I've always liked how silly Qwilfish looks.
Yeah, I find that so funny that Overqwil, it has better defensive stats, right? But it's only going to end up being better as an offensive Pokemon, and it only
I
has
also
10
like
more
that
attack.
it's called Overqwil.
Overqwil is such
that's
a
a
metal
phenomenal
name.
name.
It's so metal, dude. It's like
It's so good.
a Qwilfish Overqwil.
Qwilfish.
It's like I'm playing a match of Halo or some shit.
Yeah.
It's got kind of doo-doo HP, actually. 65 is not the greatest, but who knows? Maybe it'll be good.
I mean, Qwilfish is decently defensive, so, you know.
Intimidate helps it out a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
Swift Swim as well. If does Overqwil keep Swift Swim?
It does.
Ooh, I quite like that. I quite enjoy that.
I'm a big
I need to
fan
find a list
of,
of the stats again.
like mons that aren't like water type or grass type getting like chlorophyll or swift swim.
Ooh, same here.
I feel like it's just like kind
Bear
of
tick moment.
bad tick. I think it's like a really cool. Because it's weird because chlorophyll mons are only grass type. I mean that makes sense, right? But I feel like I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a little bit more deviation in terms of swift swim mons. Because
Speaking of chlorophyll mons and grass types and such, can we talk about how the grass fighting type economy just got like way inflated?
Oh yeah,
that
is. We got two whole new guys, and they're both good.
Is like probably still close to the best, but it's like this new Lilligant form.
Yeah.
It's probably still gonna have sleep powder.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and
I Petlil learned sleep powder, so it still keeps it.
Yeah,
because Petlil's not changing.
It's faster than its pre. Shout out to Petlil. That's so true.
I'm sorry.
Dude, I feel like it's harder to talk with 3 people than it is with 4. That's crazy.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's faster. It's got a higher attacking stat. It's like equivalent to its special attack. It gets
Hustle is funny.
Hustle.
Oh, that's if Dynamax existed, it would have been so gross.
That's the thing I was thinking about when we were so before we started, me and Murkiri were talking, and Arceus came up, and I'm like, Arceus would be a really cool restricted because it has base 100s, and he's like, no, it's base 120s. I said, oh god, never mind. But I'll get on to if it should be restricted. That's a topic for later. But I saw Arceus got gravity, and I was looking at it, I was thinking, what Pokemon would love gravity? I remember seeing a Pokemon thinking it would love gravity. That Lilligant would adore Prankster Gravity from a Sableye if Sableye gets it again in a future generation. Because your sleep powder's not missing, your hustle moves are not missing, you are destroying everything as a funny little plant, and I think that would be quite awesome.
Oh, something I want to point out. They changed a lot of stats on moves, and they're very drastic. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the stats on certain moves are super, super different, and I don't know how I feel about them. And I really hope they don't carry over. Here's one. Close combat is now 100 base power.
Ooh. I don't like that.
And sleep powder is 80 accuracy.
Oh, I am not a fan of that in particular.
I'm hoping that it doesn't carry over to Gen 9.
Yeah, I think they made sleep powder more accurate because this is a game about mostly catching Pokemon rather than battling. So I guess it would make sense that you want to put more stuff to sleep.
Yeah, I think
that's at least my hope.
I think most of the move changes and like the overall like gameplay changes and like battle and stuff, I think was more to like adapt to this being a single player only video game. Like, you know,
Yeah.
be able to battle other people. Like, I'm not sure if... Do you care about, like, battle mechanics?
I'm trying to avoid stuff. I know that there's weather and that there's status differences. I kind of want to figure those out on my own. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Do you care about the new stat effects?
I've heard about, you know what, fuck it, let's talk about them. I already know what they are, but should just be trying to block them out of my memory.
Frostbite.
I want Frostbite to be a freeze rework. I hope freeze doesn't exist and that freeze gets removed and Frostbite's just the new effect. It makes so much more sense.
So I don't know what Frostbite does. I just know
it's
that
special
it
burn.
exists. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, no, I really like that. I hope it stays that way.
It's like
that. It's just so much better.
It's so weird because like there are so many things that I dislike about like changes that like in this game that I don't want to put into like Gen 9, but there are so many that I do. Frostbite is one of them. I'll miss getting the clutch freeze to win the game, but I'll also I definitely won't miss getting frozen by a Ice Beam P2 and wanting to die inside.
Yeah.
So if they bring that over to Gen 9, I'm a happy camper.
Yeah. I feel like I think they also changed how sleep works too, didn't they?
I don't know.
I don't think they did.
I heard like it's drowsy now or something. Like it's
that's a different thing.
Yeah, but there's no sleep. It's just
sleep.
replaced with is there?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, maybe I've been getting misinformation.
What I saw gameplay where something went to sleep.
Was it moving still while it was asleep?
I believe it wasn't.
Okay. Then maybe not.
Drowsy might just be like yawn stuff, right?
Yeah, but it's like a status now.
Yeah, I think drowsy doesn't get applied to your Pokemon. I think it gets applied to your character.
Oh, really?
Right. Yeah, because there would be statuses for the player now because you can technically get hurt, which is going to be awesome.
I think it makes it harder to dodge, I think.
Yeah.
That's actually really neat. That's something I was worried about. I was worried that that there wouldn't be as much interaction with the trainer besides just dodging attacks. But after the little like 12-minute mini direct they gave us about it, I think it's really cool what they've kind of done with it. How like for the boss battles you have to like throw bombs and shit and dodge out of the way.
You can move freely during the trainer battles and like the wild battles.
That's
like
so
you
cool
literally
to me.
can like be running around the battle and making sure that because you can take collateral damage even though your Pokemon's fighting.
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So like you have to actively dodge moves.
I think that's so cool. I cannot wait to get my shit blown in by just a bear in the woods.
Yeah.
I am terrified, but also like that is one of the coolest things. I love how different just this game is in general, and I think the whole Pokemon needs to change its formula. I think they're doing it right with this because I could not think of a better way to do it.
Because they're not changing too much about it, but they're changing enough that it's like good.
Yeah.
Like the Frostbite changes, everything in the battles. Like I feel like this is probably gonna be like this series, like this game exclusive, or like exclusive to like this series of games if they're gonna continue the Legends branding.
I hope they continue it.
Like the running around and the catching Pokemon and being in the open is actually like kind of cool. It's like I've said this before to friends and stuff. It's like, damn, I can't believe they made an official Pixelmon game.
Yeah, that's what you've been saying. That's just like Pixelmon.
It literally is, like, except for maybe for the fact it isn't just like open world catch Pokemon dipshit. It's more like you've got to do this, you got to do this. And also there isn't like player versus Pokemon fights like there is in Legends Arceus, which I think is a really cool concept.
Yeah.
My hope is that Gen 9 adopts some ideas in terms of gameplay from Legends Arceus, but battle mechanics remain similar.
Yeah.
Like, I would like it if you still had to, like, dodge moves. Like, if like, we had, like, wild areas and stuff. I want that sort of stuff to stay. I need them to keep, like, the action RPG aspect of it. But for Because if you're playing trainer battles in Legends Arceus, it's basically a standard battle, but you have to dodge for some collateral damage. I'm hoping that they keep that in like Gen 9, so that way like even if you want to do online battles, it's not like, oh, agile style. Oh, well, now we have to recalculate everything. Oh, a strong like that. I don't want in like PvP for future games.
Yeah. I personally don't think that kind of like the different move order I think would be cool for its own side meta, but I don't want that to become part of VGC permanently. I think the idea of having to dodge collateral damage is really sick, and I remember reading the Pokemon manga with just the Red Adventures manga, and there's spoilers for the Red Adventures manga, I guess, but there's a lot of battles where Red himself is getting like beat up with his Pokemon and like throwing them around, and you know, blue and green do the same kind of thing where they're moving with their Pokemon to get an advantage in battle, and that's something that I've always envisioned in my brain for a Pokemon game, and now it's finally happening, and it's just like, ooh, this is so cool.
Finally,
I
can get hit by a Hyper Beam. I can do what Ash does. No, I'm literally like in every single trainer battle, what's going to happen is every time my Pokemon's about to get hit, I'm going to dive in front of the move.
Get down, Mr. President! Get down! Yeah. Before, I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut you off, Murkiri, but I want to say real quick, I saw a clip of someone, apparently similar to the wild area where you can find overleveled Pokemon compared to where you are, and someone found like a level 45 Rapidash while they were still like baby and they only had their starter. They throw out Cyndaquil. Cyndaquil instantly gets hyper beamed and explodes. The new move animations look fantastic, by the way. Anyway, Cyndaquil's fucking dead, and the way that the tracking works is that the Pokemon will track your character and then it will start tracking one of your Pokemon when it's out. So as soon as the Cyndaquil faints, the Rapidash's head snaps to the player character, and it's like, oh god, you just murdered my little guy? I'm terrified now.
It's just like, you're next.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Dude, I'm a big fan of just like having these like a large level 40 Pokemon when you've got like a level 5 Cyndaquil being in like an area and you're just like in danger type beat. Like it's think about it, right? Some of the most popular like Sword and Shield videos when it came out was like the videos of the people running into like the strong Pokemon and like,
yeah, I remember,
and then
them
running
funny.
away from them. Like,
yeah,
that was like a meme at like the first like couple months of Sword and Shield, and I feel like they definitely dove into like that aspect for this game, and it's just gonna be really, really fun, I reckon.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. It just feels like a fun game to play.
Something to note that I don't know if you guys have heard about yet. If you, what's it called? If you get an overleveled Pokemon, whether you caught it or traded for it or anything, it will not listen to you, like, at all.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's a hard level cap, so there's, like, added difficulty.
Mm-hmm. I do like that, because then even if you, like, move around and catch one of those super high, like 10 levels higher, 20 levels higher Pokemon, like, that's a lot of experience for you, but you can't cheese the next, you know, challenge of the game by using an overpowered Pokemon. So I like that it's an added challenge for the reward of EXP rather than now I can just press buttons and win. You still have to use strategy, and the strategy of it looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm really into what this game has to offer. Because I'm usually not a fan of Pokemon, like, in terms of, like, gameplay. Like, I usually just like PvP, and that's it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sort of the same, but, like, I'm also into, like, the Nuzlocke and speedrun side of things as well. I'm not really normally there for, like, a regular gameplay, like, just a playthrough of a Pokemon game. It's generally not that exciting to me.
But this one actually is, for once.
Yeah,
like, I'm actually really hyped.
Dude, and I like that, it seemed to be at the beginning that, the game was gonna be like, oh, this is Breath of the Wild Pokemon, guys, check it out.
Whoa!
But now it looks like it has its own identity.
But, like, it isn't even that, like, it's an open space, and, like, so it's open world, sort of, but it's more open world in terms of, like, something like a Monster Hunter as opposed to, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
which means like the pacing's gonna be dictated by the developers, which is honestly pretty nice.
And also, like, because the thing is, like, the Jubilife village, I think it's called, is like going to be the main hub. You only go to places to do things. Like, you're going out to the different areas of the Sinnoh or Hisui region to do specific things. So you're not going places just for the sake of going places. You're going there because, like, it's part of the story or it's a quest that you need to do, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
so
that's
cool.
I feel like it's a little bit better than I'm just walking around because that's what the game is. And like there'll be things to do along the way to get to where you want to be, as opposed to Breath of the Wild, which I felt you didn't really have anything in between to do when you were going places and you didn't know where to go. So I'm a big fan. I'm looking forward to it. I think
same here.
I'm gonna try to avoid getting the game early because I want to get it on the 28th and play it.
As much as, like, part of me's like, I could download an emulator, I could, just get it. And I'm thinking it's not going to be as fun just playing it by myself and not being able to talk about it. I'm really excited. I might stream it. I don't know. But the community aspect of a Pokemon game on release day is honestly one of my favorite bits about just Pokemon in general, because everybody's, like, I don't know, we're all excited for it. And I think that maybe this battle format won't really be VGC, but my big hope is that these kinds of games continue, because I've never been as excited for a new Pokemon game like this since maybe Sun and Moon, because I was really excited for Sun and Moon. Just
that one had a lot of hype.
Yeah, because they both felt so different. This feels so different, and I don't know what to expect. I know that I'm not going from route to route, catching Pokemon, doing the gyms, blah, 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 blah. That I don't mind. I loved playing BDSP. It was a lot of fun, and I still love playing classic Pokemon with that formula. My hope is that it keeps this action RPG style for either forever or for a split off of quote-unquote Legends games, because imagine how fucking cool it would be to have a Legends X and Y where you're in that Pokemon war that they're talking about and you gotta fight AZ and all that. Like, there's so much potential, but it's also Game Freak, so maybe it won't happen. But we can hope. We can hope. We can pray always about pray. It.
I feel like there's definitely a difference when it comes to Pokemon games between a game that won't have competitive and a game that will have competitive. I guess I feel like I put BDSP in the group of has competitive because we were still playing that game with a competitive format. But I feel like the when the game leaks is when the big hype finding out information is the bigger oh, this is so cool feeling. For Pokemon games with competitive stuff in it, even the leaks that we found out today, not today but this week, have been really cool, because we found out about the new mons, we found about their abilities and stuff. We don't know their movesets, but we'll find that out later. Stats and stuff. It's just really cool finding out all the new stuff and seeing how well they'll fit into a meta, or how it goes.
Data Mine Day is always a good day in my opinion. I love me Data Mine Day. Shout out to Data Mine Day, for real. And
then release day is always kind of awesome as well.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not getting I still want to avoid the story spoilers, of course, because then you get to still experience it. I feel like there's two different sides to it. You're excited for the gameplay of it, and then you're excited for the battling and the stats of it. And I think that might be us as VGC players. That we're so excited whenever there's a new data mine like this. But honestly, it gives us two waves of hype. I think we're winning.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't bring this up earlier, but I'm actually really looking forward to Hisuian Arcanine.
Yes!
I think that guy's gonna be kind of funny. He's
bad Colossal.
He's he's got new Intimidator dropped, dude. The new Intimidator dropped.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be amazing.
Here's what Hisuian Arcanine is. Oh, I let off versus Incineroar. I really hope this Stone Edge crits.
You know what? Hey, that's fine.
Me running my wide Hisuian Arcanine.
Hear me out. Scope Lens, Hisuian Arcanine, new meta.
I mean, I
Spam
suppose.
Stone Edge.
I suppose.
I'm also a big
The only
fan
thing
of
is it's not a
shiny.
50% chance to crit. It's a
Oh yeah.
75 times 50, so 0.75 times 50, what is that? That's like 45. No, it's like 40-ish.
The shiny
40%
is
chance
really
to crit.
sick.
Something like that. No, I'm also
I
a
don't feel
big
like doing math.
I'm also a big fan of its shiny. It's the piss rock.
Oh no,
Darn.
you're gonna keep calling him Piss. Just say he looks golden.
No, he's the piss rock, dude.
Ah.
You know what other rock type has a piss shiny?
Oh?
Oh.
Ooh. Who,
it's-
Marcos? Tell us.
Stack.
Stakataka.
Let's go. Look at that awesome transition, dude. We're so good at this.
That's
We're
crazy.
so good at
It's
this.
crazy that the rock types all have piss-colored shinies.
Shout outs to them for that.
I should change the shiny Stakataka tier to piss Stakataka tier.
They're
Yeah.
supposed to be golden.
Speaking of shiny Stakatakas, let's thank our piss babies, our golden Stakatakas.
Don't call them that.
I forgot to get the Patreon page up.
Pull it up.
All right, hold on. I'm stalling. So thank you to I know at least a couple of them. Thank
Professor
you to
Germ.
Professor Germs, Plumber, and Crazy Carlton again for supporting the Patreon. And everyone else who supports us. Everything you do goes a long way for us to make content for you guys and getting stuff up on the Spotify
spoofy.
and different stuff. The spoofy.
On
The
the spoofy.
spoofy.
But yeah, we gotta go. Hopefully Michael will be here next week. I'm fairly sure he should be.
He better
Yeah,
be.
Yeah, it's his birthday.
It's his
It's his-
birthday today. Cake and ice cream.
Oh,
is
yeah.
on its
I was
way.
like, wait, is it actually his birthday? What?
And Michael. He's been okay.
Bye, guys.
Okay, see you later. Thank you.
Bye.